Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. I went through the Knicks-Nets game from last night, and it seems like these two teams are sort of second-class citizens behind the Miami Heat. And that's what's going to happen probably for the rest of the year in the Eastern Conference. While both these teams are good and have things that can hurt the other opponent, they have a lot of flaws as well. I'm not very sold on the Nets bench. I like CJ Watson and I like what he did last year with the Bulls, but he's not doing great this year. I really like Reggie Evans though, and that's a guy who was a key to this game. Now, it's been well documented what I feel about the Knicks and their defense, and I'll show you why they plummeted from top 10 to 18th in the Synergy rankings for team defense. Here's the Synergy breakdown of his defense. You'll see he's 30th percentile, way below average for a defender, but he's very good at the pick and roll and the post-up defense. However, the pick and roll ball handler, what I've seen, has been pretty bad, so I suspect that 80th percentile will go down by the time the season is done. Melo starts out on a bad note on defense. Watch how he kind of pushes Felton out of the way and completely loses Crash under the basket. Kurt Thomas gets away with a foul, and they end up getting away without giving up 2 points, which isn't necessarily a good thing. There are times Melo makes it look like he's trying on defense, but he's really woefully out of position. Rasheed Wallace is helping there, he doesn't need to help on the drive, and he gives up an open 3. We'll talk about the Knicks' help defense in a minute, but watch how Melo doesn't help out even though the Nets have a distinct advantage with Crash against Felton. He lets him back him right down, no double until way too late. There's a basic effort issue here as well on this ugly Bogans drive. Watch how both Melo and JR just stand there watching and the loose ball goes to Crash. Melo is going to walk around, not get in his stance, have no idea where his man is as he's getting a dunk. While Jay-Z ignores Beyonce while he's tweeting, it looks like Melo must be focusing on Beyonce because he's not paying attention to his man on defense who gets a backdoor dunk. To his credit, there are times he tries a little bit, and here he denies the ball well from Crash, and as the shot clock winds down, forces him into a pretty tough shot. And let's turn to Reggie Evans, a journeyman who's made his living off of one thing: rebounding. Look at these astounding rebound usage rates, because here when he's on the court, he's getting close to half of every rebound available on both ends. Reggie Evans does all the dirty work that nobody else wants to do. He sets screens, he moves across the lane and is active, he pushes guys out of the way and outworks people for rebounds. There's Marcus Camby doing a pretty bad job of boxing out, and he gives them more possessions, which is very crucial when you're playing against good teams. Here on the double team of Joe Johnson, he's there again to get the rebound, makes a good decision to bring it back out, and gives the Nets another possession where CJ Watson can score. He never stops working and has all those tricks of the trades, the pulling, the holding, the grabbing, and boy is that bad by Marcus Camby as well. And here, because he never stops working, even when he doesn't get the rebound, it benefits the Nets. He's terrific at coming over to provide pressure and cover for his teammates without fouling, and his hustle gets all those 50-50 balls. And it's this kind of supreme effort that rewards him as well with putbacks. Much has been made about the Knicks defense and how it was top 10 for the first 6 games of the year, and I got into a big Twitter argument about it because I saw a lot of holes. Well, since then they've really fallen dramatically to 18th, and when you see that their post-up game is actually ranked 2nd, this makes no sense because their rotations when they double the post are fundamentally unsound and will give up way too many baskets. Watch how this well-designed Nets play begins with a Deron Williams back down, but it's really a prelude for a screen that will now force a switch, and now they have Felton guarding Joe Johnson. 2 guys come over to rotate in the post instead of only 1, and that creates a lot of openings. The Nets don't take advantage of this, and Joe Johnson ends up getting a tough shot, but perhaps the basketball gods evened it out by knocking the ball out of bounds in the Knicks. Doubling the post off of the cutter is a big no-no because it usually results in a layup, but they miss the pass down low to Crash and instead throw a bad pass to Lopez, who fumbles, missing the other pass that would have been a layup to Crash from the secondary attack. Instead, they take a contested jumper that gets blocked. Again, the fundamental defense the Knicks use against the post is a mess. 2 guys go to the ball, so it's a triple team, but the Nets don't take advantage of it, and ultimately Joe Johnson throws a pass that gets tipped out of bounds. They also like to double team when your man is one pass away, and what the problem with this is it's going to lead to open shots. Make them throw the skip pass where at least the defense has a chance to recover. Instead, the Nets get a wide open three, but they can't take advantage. However, the Nets are getting every shot they want. And then here they don't double, but this time Rasheed Wallace kind of gets stuck in no man's land, half kind of doubling and not, and you can't do that with Darren Williams. The Knicks continue to get away with this kind of double teaming off the cutter, and I'm gotta tell you, even though it's been successful in a few of these plays, it will ultimately yield way too many open shots. In fact, it can work all game, but then in crunch time, when you really need it, it could backfire. They should have 6'8" Carmelo Anthony come over and double, and then Tyson Chandler can move over and clog the lane. Instead, they double from one pass away with a 6'6" J.R. Smith, and that skip pass is very easy, wide open, splash.